Hey everyone, I just want to say thank you so very much for checking out this brand new video of mine on my YouTube channel. And I really appreciate everyone who's checked out my last three videos, me ranking the Friday the 13th, the Halloween, and the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Oh, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but it just seemed like it's been a very busy year so far, and we're only into April. That being said, I am a huge King Kong and Godzilla fan, and I told each and every one of you who have been watching my videos that I don't want to just strictly do horror films, which a lot of my videos will be. But I thought, what better way to do my first review on a brand new movie than being Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire? I've been a huge fan since this one right here came out. I used to grow up watching this thing on VHS so much that I wore it out. It's the 1962 King Kong versus Godzilla film. And like I said, I've just always appreciated these films. No matter how cheesy they are or how cheesy they look, I still get enjoyment out of them. And I was super excited when they started becoming their own films again, from Warner Brothers doing Skull Island, and then of course Godzilla, and then Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla versus King Kong. So I was super excited for this film, and I just left the theater from seeing this film. So spoiler alert, I'm going to try not to spoil too many things in this film, but with me doing my review, it's going to be hard. So if you have not seen the film and you want to be surprised, then I suggest you waiting till you've watched the movie before you watch this video. But before I get into it, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have subscribed to my channel. I have read every single comment that people are sending me as far as ranking, what they like about the video, what they disagree with. I read every single one of them, and I do try to at least give a thumbs up or respond somehow, but I do appreciate each and every one of you who have subscribed to the channel, and I've got many more plans to come. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into this film. Okay, Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire is rated PG-13, and it is 1 hour and 55 minutes long. The first thing that I've got to say is I love the fact that these monsters are getting their own universe. I'm not a big Marvel's fan. I'm not a big DC fan. And I know that's a lot of touchy subjects with people because a lot of people love the universe of like Iron Man, Thor, and all that stuff. So it's kind of nice that now I have my own universe that I'm excited about, because so many people have been like, oh, you haven't seen the new Thor or the new Spider-Man or this. And I'm like, it's not really my thing, but I've always liked the monster movies. And now that I'm getting them probably every couple years, I'm enjoying it. And I see what people are enjoying about getting the new Marvel and the new DC movies. But I have been super excited about this film. I only watch one trailer. Anytime they release a trailer that is, even if it's a teaser trailer to a movie that I'm wanting to watch, I will only watch one time, and I only watch one trailer. I will not continue to watch more trailers because they put so much of the action or so much of the best scenes in the trailer. Now it almost ruins the film. So I was going into this just seeing the very first trailer that was released months ago and knew nothing else about it. So that being said, I've got to say that I really enjoyed this movie. I feel like the characters are more involved in this film to where you care more about them than maybe you did in the other films of the Godzilla film, you know, Godzilla King of Monsters, or even Godzilla versus King Kong. Even though I did like the characters in that film, this one, I think they gave them more personality. The little girl is back. I think her name is Gia. She does a fantastic job. And I think for her disability, as far as really being deaf and everything, she can play the emotion really well. And her presence come across the screen. I really enjoy her acting. Then you have her mom. She is back, Dr. Andrews. Like I said, I'm glad that now they don't have to introduce these characters, and now it's straight in. Once the plot gets going, you don't have to introduce them. You don't have to explain what their histories, their past history was, or what happened. So this one's a little bit more fast paced, in my opinion. The new character Trapper, I really think that he brought a lot of excitement to the film and humor to the film. Um, I think he was a better choice character than the guy they had in Godzilla versus Kong in the last film. He was okay in that film, but this guy right here, um, I just feel like he had more energy. I feel like when he was on the screen, his presence was well known. I thought he did a fantastic job. I don't know the actor's name. I'll have to look it up, but I did think he was really good to introduce in this film. And of course, my favorite character of the film is Bernie. He was in Godzilla versus Kong, and I thought he did a tremendous job in that film. But in this one, I think he ups it even more. I'm glad that he gets more screen time. He is my favorite character of the last two movies, and his comedic timing and the way he just plays that nervous character or excitement character, whatever the scene is he's in, whatever's going on in his environment, whether it's scary or funny, he can play it, and he's a really good actor. I like him, and if they do any more sequels, I'd love to see him return because the Bernie character to me had me chuckling the whole time. I really enjoy it. That's one thing I like about this movie is that they really had the action and the comedy aspect of it, and even the emotional scenes. They had it all lined out perfect, where it never really focused on one aspect of the movie, where it never was just too okay, this is too goofy, or okay, this is too serious. They really mixed it very well in this movie. And then I did like the fact that now we've got more in depth into the Hollow Earth. Uh, when that was presented in the last film, I was kind of like, you're getting too sci-fi for me. Uh, it was just, I don't know, I've always heard about Hollow Earth and stuff, but they really went in depth in this film with it. Spoiler alert, to find out that there's even still a living tribe that's in Hollow Earth. I really enjoyed that aspect to it, and that they've never been on the outside of that. So, you know, it almost teaches you where there's a scene where Bernie is recording, he's documenting everything, and then Trapper looks at him and he's like, "So what are you going to do with that footage?" And he kind of looks and he goes, "Well," Bernie's like, "All my subscribers and all these people calling me crazy over the last couple of years, I finally have proof." And he's like, "Yeah, but what's going to happen to these people when you show them that they're down here?" And I really like that aspect because it was almost to the point where it was like, these people, this is all they know. Don't ruin it by taking it to the outside world and then having them come to Hollow Earth or however that would happen. But I did like that aspect of it. But I do like that we get more in depth. Um, the movie is pretty much a Kong film, which I'm not complaining because I love King Kong, but they gave him more personality in this movie. I enjoyed it. Um, they introduced Mini Kong, which I completely forgot about till I was at the theater watching it. Mini Kong really stole a lot of the scenes with him in it. I thought he was tremendous. The only aspect to it that I wish is that Godzilla was in it more. When I watched the first trailer and he was hiding out in that, like, it was in the Atlantic or something, he was in an iceberg and then he popped out, I was thinking, okay, the whole movie he's just going to be hiding in that, he's going to come out toward the end. That wasn't the case, but I would like to see more of Godzilla. But when Godzilla is on the screen, he makes his presence known. They really did a good job with that. And the main villain of this movie, Scar King, I thought he was tremendous. I thought he was really good. Um, the weapon of choice that they give him, I guess it was like a spinal cord or something, but at the very end of it, it's got this spike on it, and he has it wrapped around his chest, and it almost reminds me of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, how he slings it and he grabs a hold of people and he can cut them and stuff. But I really did like that aspect of the main villain. They give a huge backstory of where Kong's family members are and what has happened to them, and that you find out that the monsters used to live in harmony until Scar King wanted to take over, and it's just a whole nother backstory that I don't want to spoil everything for you. But overall, I feel like this film was funny, action, sci-fi, all rolled up into one, and that they timed it very well. Yes, you might as well say it was a 2-hour movie, but a lot of movies are 2 hours now. But it didn't drag on. There was nothing really that I was bored with. And I do like the fact that they actually explained, I'm not going to go into detail, but they did explain stuff about Mothra, where she's come from, and uh, what Mothra's purpose is and stuff. I really did enjoy that because I was kind of hoping they would start throwing more of the older characters that we've seen in the recent Godzilla films, um, especially like the old black and white ones or the old 60s and 70s films. And another thing that really stuck out to me is the music in this film. The music is tremendous. It's a lot of 80s music that, of course, I grew up with, and they picked the perfect timing with it. Overall, I recommend this film. I recommend Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. If you're already invested and you've already seen the other films, you might as well go see this one. But um, I know a lot of people were nervous when they saw that Kong has a glove on, like it almost looked like a power glove. That's not the case. And like the big scene it showed in the trailer where Godzilla and Kong's running side by side, and they were like, "Oh, they're making this an action." Yes, it is an action movie, but it's, to me, it's done very well to where I'm definitely going to add it to my collection, and I will watch it and never get bored with it. I can't tell if I like this one or the last one, Godzilla versus Kong, because I really enjoyed them two titans, my two favorite, fighting. But then again, in this one, when the fighting scenes happen, they really uh, go all out in it, and I really enjoyed that. But yes, if you are a fan of these films, then you've got to check it out. I say thumbs up all the way, and like I said, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this one. That being said, as always, if you want to hear more uh, reviews on horror movies, or if you like podcasts, please check out my podcast, Small Town Horror with Johnny and Randy. We're available for download on iTunes. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Check us out. But that being said, I do appreciate each and every one of you who have subscribed to the channel, who have left the comments and shown me what your ranking is of all the other movies that I have done. And I do plan on doing the Hatchet franchise. I haven't decided if I'm going to rank the franchise or if I'm going to go film by film and then rank them. That's the way I would like to start doing the movies. Definitely go out and check out Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. I think you'll enjoy it.